It's 6:15 on the 13th of July 2022, and this upload is with regard to my property rights, my abode, my address, and correspondence. As I've been highlighting, there have been very huge issues caused for me needlessly due to individuals that are trespassing on my farm holdings in Ardfart and Clifflin. This is common knowledge, it's an initiative, but the matter I'm raising in this upload is not just with regard to the formalities that haven't been adhered to, not just with regard to the offences I'm experiencing, not just with regard to the legislation that arose from my work and the fact that I received €208 from the Social Welfare and Protection Family Social SWO, it's Social Welfare Office, it's Social Protection Family Affairs. I received €208 from that department, and the country of Ireland is benefiting from legislation as a consequence of my work. Now, the current circumstances, as I've mentioned, are of denigration and debasement. That's what I'm experiencing to accommodate people of property theft. Now, there's an issue, as I've mentioned, with the procedures that have not been followed by the letter of the law, and there has been a total lack of regard for the duties and responsibilities that are to be fulfilled. There are individuals that are not only just breaking into my apartment, they're also repeat offenders in my proximity, trespassing and intruding upon me, while there are other repeat offenders against the state trespassing on my farms. Now, these are offences against the state and they're crimes that are punishable, and the issue that I'm raising is with regard to not just former correspondence that I have received that has been harmful and that has been unnecessary and that has been an unlawful act. As I am who I am, there is an issue whether these people are going to be able to work with the reality of these circumstances or not. I don't know, but they have incurred problems already with the paperwork that they put together from January 2017 onwards. That was an unlawful document. So there are people that are offending my family and my faith, and they aren't able to work with proper professional standards and procedures. As I've mentioned, they are already of crimes against the state, and they have track records, and the issue with these people in and around my proximity is a crime. So what I'm mentioning, for the attention of the Department of Justice, if you wouldn't mind rehashing matters prior to 2018 and anything subsequent, particularly on the www.president.ie website, if the Department of Justice would be kind enough, considerate enough to look at the legislation that is new to this country as a consequence of my work in 2018 and prior to that, it would be really helpful. Those that are trespassing into my proximity, intruding upon my proximity, and that have been of damages to my apartment's abode and environment, those people that are leaving paperwork at my door where they have already defecated and dirtied the floor, would there be some little bit of common sense or common courtesy around this matter? It's very gross. It's just disgraceful. The PTRB standards, that's another matter. You've heard regarding this matter the damages caused to my apartment, and the breaking and entering has been brought to the attention as well of the relevant authorities. So whether people want to worsen the damages done to my child, that incident is quite serious. That was the first unlawful issue of any kind of transaction in January 2017. And as I mentioned in my previous upload earlier, I really need these repeat offenders to learn the error of their ways and comprehend what they don't have remit or right with. I'm concerned at this stage that anyone would think it's safe to break into my apartment and to be just leaving paperwork at my door floor, where there's defecation after occurring. So the Taoiseach, I'm sure, has standards, and I'm sure he knows his obligations to royalty. So if he wouldn't mind doing his job properly, it's a bit dangerous that I'm living on €208 and experiencing breaking and entering while my child is being subjected to loss, damages and harms at such an innocent young age. It would be really brave of you to address this, professionally. I also represent the Department of Education and other institutes. So if you wouldn't mind being professional, you have obligations to royal blood, and there is legislation in this country as a consequence of me. So those people that are leaving paperwork at my door and that aren't addressing the issues that they're causing since 2019, if they could address the issues they're causing since 2019, that would be really brave. People avoiding, evading and exacerbating is really putting people's lives at risk now at this stage again. There have already been casualties since I started experiencing people's offences against my child and I. So I'd appreciate people being realistic, mature and responsible, if that's really ever capable. It's 2022. So if people could be really smart, it'd be really fantastic. And to the individuals that are leaving paperwork at my door, that's not acceptable. So there's a royal title and there's a royal protocol. So if the Taoiseach would be great enough to do his job and earn his seat and his his votes, if you could be brave about that, Taoiseach, it'd be brilliant. I've been contacting your House of Representatives since 2017, and my child has been very upset without his mother. So I hope everyone's thinking properly, especially to all the advocates of women's rights, and the mothers out there. It's very dangerous what's going on in County Kerry with what I'm tolerating. And trespass, that's a punishable offence.